Level 98. This should be 7, and we get Ensorcelled Hibernation. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Just cursed ourselves to mediocrity here, but not the end of the world. We'll see. Probably won't end up using Ensorcelled Hibernation at all, but still not the end of the world. It is early days for sure. And we'll see what else we find along the journey. I will actually just buy this robe right away. Oh, and it's cold resistance, so that is huge. We'll definitely pop that bad boy on. Get rid of our vulnerability, so we're in a slightly more comfortable state here. At least depending on what kind of enemies we come across over the next little while. Then let's just keep on keeping on, shall we? I tried to play one-handed while taking a sip from my drink, and it went okay, just a little bit slow. Oh geez, and my nose is suddenly very itchy. I'm just going through all the bodily sensations today. Minor headache earlier, now pretty much gone already, weirdly enough. Don't know why it just swooped in out of nowhere and then left just as quickly. Very odd things happening to my body today, apparently. But itchy nose is that there next. And we'll see where we next come across the Null Sergeant. Ooh, I would like to pick up a +1 cloak. That is lovely. And should be fairly alright for the rest of the level. Once we find that Null Sergeant, we'll have to maybe think a little bit about our choices, but not too much, as we do manage to take them down there. It took a little bit longer than expected, actually. Ooh, +2 Robe of the Ant. Cold resistance, 2 positive energy pips, int -5. Doesn't seem great, but it's also a Robe of the Archmagi. Huh. Increase the power of our magical spells. So losing 5 intelligence, probably not great, but that might all come out in the wash, right? So we're at 96.48. If I put on this bad boy, everything just goes up. So we lose a lot of intelligence, but gain a lot of ability. I guess we're slightly worse in terms of failure rates, I would assume. 2377. Let's confirm that. Yeah, just slightly. Not too much worse, really. So, you know what? We'll try that on for size, shall we? Hello, my Ogier pal. First Ogre could definitely be a little bit of a pain, but fortunately do not end up having too much of an issue whatsoever. And so we'll just get right back on the road again. And not too shabby. Hello, all of my reptilian friends. Welcome, welcome. Come one, come all. We are all the way on D5 now, so we're back in the territory of being fairly likely to run into the Economical Temple here. And again, we'll probably keep in the Makhleb vein, just because I'm looking to potentially just check them off of our list for the time being. And it does fit fairly nicely, especially with the Fire Elementalist start on Genie. So we shall see. I guess it depends on what the dungeon has in store for us, though. Make all the assumptions and have all the dreams of grandeur that I want, and it does not mean much at the end of the day here. We are all victim to the whims of the dungeon, but thankfully the whims of the dungeon seem to have it out for us in a good way here, because we do get that Amulet of Regeneration much earlier this time around, so that is beautiful. Very, very helpful for all of our Genie needs here, because now we can feel even more free to just spam the ever-living crap out of our low-level spells without a care in the world. And we should be able to regenerate about as quickly as we spend our health, so that is wonderful. Again, if we compare that with Makhleb healing as well, then the compounding heals goes a huge way in regards to our continued survival. But wow, still no temple, huh? Or did I just miss it because I wasn't paying attention? All things are possible for sure. Yes, we shall find out right away here. You know, this looks like it could be an entrance to a temple if I had to guess, and it is indeed just such a thing. Hello, my orc friends. Please, if you could just give me but a moment. Gosh darn it. We do not get Makhleb once again here, so maybe I'll risk finishing off this floor, maybe even going one deeper. And if we still don't find Makhleb, then it means that we will have to settle somewhere else here today. Where would that be? I guess we still have that Nemash option available. Again, Gozag is tempting as always, but I'll probably hold off for the final part of the Polytheist series. For now, let's just not worry too much about it, and we'll see what the rest of the level and maybe the next one have in store for us. And it might save us from having to make any rough decisions. Hey, look at that. There we go. Hello, Makhleb. I would like to join you, please and thank you. Once more into the breach with you, my friend. And not too shabby whatsoever. Lightning damage could hurt a lot, but as long as our foxfires are able to make it to the eel, then steamed eel not only is delicious, but is also a very effective way to combat them. And that is perfect. Upside down Chuck. For a moment I was wondering if that was one of my characters or one of the built-in ghosts, and I think it's one of the built-ins. I saw the name Chuck and I assumed first and foremost that it was one of our troll runs from the Great Player series. I think was where I used the majority of my throwing related names. Oh, I also didn't notice we got Frozen Ramparts at some point. Why Makhleb? Mostly because I like the thematic resonance of Genie with Makhleb. Getting the heals on kill means that it's essentially the Genie's equivalent to something like Vehement. So you can just keep spamming the spells. I mean, it's one of the few combinations that is up there with like Gozag combos for Mega Ziggurat Genie characters, just because with that density of enemies you're going to be healing enough to like heal back all your expenditure on something like Shatter. So yeah, it's mostly that. It's mostly the heal on kill. Don't mind the demon help and stuff, but that's the big one for sure. And it's not nearly as strong as it used to be back in the day, but for Genie purposes, still pretty fantastic stuff. I'm guessing there's like no shot I'd put you to sleep. Oh, 53% chance? Oh gosh, do I dare? I don't have any escape if it goes poorly. So hold off for just a moment, my two-headed friend. I will return. Not there. Here though? Let's return through this avenue. Attaboy. And then, now you're asleep. Oh, not very long. Okay, sorry, no, don't mind me. Just doing my own thing here. Send on Chuck. Wait, is that Halfling? Brigand, is this true? Huh. So Halfling ghosts still show up. How about that? Not played with that one, mostly just Ash every time. Well, pretty solid choice overall there for sure. Ash is a very strong Covenant God, especially for 3 and 5 rune wins. Do I even want to chase down this son of a gun? Maybe we just try to explore the level and just hope we go our separate ways. You know, we're all looking to just live out our life. Hopefully a long and healthy one, if either of us has anything to say about it. Okay, I'm poison immune, so Hornet actually shouldn't be too much of a problem, at least compared to normal. Oh, and perfect. Another two-headed ogre, just who we wanted to run into here. You know, what I'm thinking now is that this is just good impetus to leave D8 for the time being. We'll come back at a later date when we're feeling a little more comfortable with our odds to take care of those sons of guns. And can definitely just bring our centaur friend over here. Beautiful stuff. Flame wave to finish off both of those sons of guns in one fell swoop. And we're not too far off from catching up to where our previous character left off here. Again, a nice part about the Genie Fire Elementalist, you're gonna be fairly likely to sprint your way to this stage of the game, at least if you're somebody who is comfortable with Genie and spellcasters in general. And it's a very, very solid way to get up and off the ground here. So we take care of an ice-themed vault, so I'm very happy now that we were lucky enough to find 2 different robes of cold resistance. Makes us feel much, much safer about our odds of dealing with the ice entrance to lair, which I don't know if I've ever seen before. Very interesting. And we'll just burn, baby burn, through the rest of these sons of guns. Hitting level 11, and this time we learn Petrify. Perfect. Ooh. We also get a Staff of Fire, so let's throw that bad boy on real quick. Not too shabby whatsoever. And okie dokie. So with Ensorcelled Hibernation and Petrification, I guess it might come in handy against like Hydras. Could be nice. First Ignite Poison and LRD, next game Vapors and Petrify. Yeah, no, it's there's some disconnect in the RNG here. They're trying to give us the best combos available and just, you know, hand slipped at the last second. But I'm hoping that Petrify might at least help us out against, like, Hydras are always a good example for that. I know it's one of the rare use cases I have for Petrify on a normal run. Interesting. So I can walk you through my mindset there, since of course I'm pretty new to this concussive blast spell. What I was thinking is that if I put 2 like this, enemy steps in, it triggers it, which sends fire, which ignites this one, which concuss blast, and pushes the enemy back, no? So could I theoretically just leave a trail of these? Like, I guess with nice gaps so that they don't just chain reaction right back to the source? That might be the way to use this spell? Huh. We'll see if we get another opportunity to try out something along that line of thought in the future. Hopefully not something we have to rely on for our very survival, but definitely give it a good old college try. Okay, I was about to say a single bee is a very, very rare occurrence, but there we go. We did eventually find the rest of their friends. Yes, it is the Conjure Flame replacement, so it would make sense, right? And yeah, a little bit of an interesting use case. Because the other side of it is the idea of just eating the hit. So it's like a self-damaging IMB type shindig? I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure there is some main pattern of thought that went into designing the spell. And as with most things, as soon as people other than the designer gets their hands on them, they're going to find all sorts of fun and exciting ways to break the game using it. So maybe, just maybe, there's something there just around the corner, or it's going to be a spell that I just never really touch on an average character. That is one of the beauties of the Genie character, is that I don't have to use spell slots to learn these spells, so I can be a bit more free and willy-nilly with whether I use them. Right this way. Oh gosh, okay, right, they count as summons, so they do, as soon as they leave my sight range, they're gone. Huh. That seems better than Conjure Flame, no? I mean, sure, I have to cast twice, so I need a lot more space to make it work. Welp. It's interesting to say the least. Oh gosh, Pyromancer, can we stop blinking, please? Can you just chill? Just hang out in my ever-expanding wall of fire and flame, if you could be so kind, please and thank you. Oh geez, and quite the gathering of centaurs here. Didn't realize we were doing a convention. I thought this was just the regular show. But not too shabby, and there we go. We hit all of the skill caps we had set out for ourselves. Oof. I keep thinking of new random body feedback and weird pains and strains. Because now nose is no longer itchy. Just in case you're extremely invested in the ongoing saga of my body cannot decide what the heck is wrong with it. Now it's my thumb? What is going on? Did I just overnight become an extreme hypochondriac? Did I lose my mind? Fairly likely. Who's to say for sure? What a tangled web we weave. But once again, I'll ignore it, and maybe it'll, or most likely, it'll go away, and maybe my foot will be the next thing that randomly decides that it's sensations time. Who's to say? But we'll blast the gargoyle. Buddy to Kingdom Come. Hello, all of my bee friends. Do we have Frozen Ramparts too? We do, yeah. Which, yeah, we haven't really been using so far, mainly because I've kind of forgotten about its existence the moment after I read that we had it. We'll see if we end up using it. I'm tempted to do a bit of juggling here, specifically just to bring Frozen Ramparts in, so I'm a bit more likely to use it, if even just by accident, as I'm hitting all the wrong hotkeys. But you know, anything is progress. But okie dokie, let's just start making our way through D12. This is probably going to be as deep as we wish to go. Please don't hit me again. Not like this. Oh, jeez Louise. So, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure they're guaranteed not to be able to get a throw off on me, so I decided to risk waiting around there for one more turn. Let's not get just one shot out of this realm of existence by accident, if at all possible. Ah, you caught up to me, my friend. Well, we can scorch you to at least deal slightly better damage. What I actually wanted, though, was to go back for this glove. Put on those bad boys, get a little bit more defensive capability going here. Whoopsie daisies. I've made a horrible mistake. Also, oh my gosh, folks, I have not touched any of my identifiables. I have 20 scrolls. Those are probably all ID. And I don't know if I'll get the chance to use them. Oh, man. Okay. Any chance I put you to sleep? 54%? Okay. That's option 1, 54%. Option 2 is a net, 83%. Better. We also have some charming, 31%, not better. Here we go with the nets here. Take a swig and hope that everything works out in our favor. Hey, there we go. And let's just walk away. Let's not do anything too silly here. Instead, we'll just head to the stairwell, maybe hang out with one slime, whittle you away while we're at it. And actually, just while we're standing here, let's just start burning through all these Sons of Guns, shall we? Oh my gosh, so many options. There's Curing. Ambrosia is not quite heal wounds, but it's in the right vein. Attraction, no thank you. Might, also not great. I'm looking for heal wounds. Nothing but a heal wounds. Son of a gun. Do you knit a slime with enough surface tension? Maybe. I think you might be on design brain. Also, hello brain, how's it going? Yeah, what is the average surface tension of a goo ball? The important questions to get to the bottom of here. If we're to defeat our enemies first, we must understand them. There we go. We get blinking, teleport, all the good stuff. I still have 7 ID scrolls. Let's just burn through all of our scrolls. And then with our last couple here, maybe last one, which of these looks the most like a healing potion? This one has a bit of an olive hue to it. Gluggy clear potion. Different definitions of clear you and I game, but fair enough. Bubbling white, viscous gray. We were just talking about some surface tension and viscosity. Let's check it out here. It's cancellation. Boo. Oh gosh. Let's not accidentally use nets. I thought we were back to regularly scheduled programming here, so let's just bring out the good old fox fires. You know what? Death Knight is my cue to leave. Goodbye, friends. I wanted to go to Lair anyway. I hear Lair is lovely this time of year. And let's see how things go this time around, shall we? We'll just try to burn through the majority of Lair here. Shouldn't have too much of an issue, as long as we don't do anything too silly. And we at least have a decent amount of like crowd control abilities, so we can always just try to avoid the worst threats instead of trying to take them out in one fell swoop and just crossing our fingers and hoping we get lucky, like is my usual go-to plan for any kind of adversity. I'm sure it will all work out wonderfully. Hello, my polar friend. And at least so far, Lair 1 looking to be a walk in the park, all things considered. Which is fine by me. If we can just get a few more levels under our belt, we'll have some more spells to choose from and a better idea as to the best way to handle all of our problems going forward. Phantom Mirror, also a beautiful find for us at this stage. We haven't fought... You know, I was going to say we haven't fought many uniques. Have we fought any uniques? Have we seen no uniques this entire run so far? That can't be true. Was Maggie this run or last one? I guess last one, because I think I got... No, did I get the Robe of Cold off Maggie? Guess you'd tell me, right? No, I bought you in a shop. Huh. Well, I might be just forgetting something obvious, but it seems to me like we might have faced no uniques in this entire run so far, which is wild stuff. Let's also not immediately die to just a standard yak pack here, if at all possible. Still could have died in that final exchange of blows, but I was fairly certain that we could get through in one piece. So let's take that as a nice reminder here to chill out just a smidge. And maybe, just maybe, focus slightly more on the whole staying alive and not dying in embarrassing fashion part. Seems like a good plan. But maybe that's just me. Oof, Boulder Beetle is not great for us. In fact, what can I do against you, my friend? Oh right, I can Poisonous Vapor. Never mind. As you were. You might not actually be too much of a problem at all. Perfect. Turns out you just have to remember what spells you have. Pretty low bar, really, if you ask me, but I struggle a lot with bars of any height. Okie dokie, what can I do against you, my friend? I'm feeling is that we get some blast motes. Okay, that's not too bad at all. We get Alistair's Intoxication. Confuse enemies. Well, I don't know if we'll use this. It's definitely not in my usual selection. It's not my usual cup of tea, but could be something useful for sure. Ooh, and then what can I do against you, my friend? You are affected by poison, so that is probably our best bet. Never gone using that spell? Me neither. I don't even know if I've used it ever. But hey, we're gonna find out today. Get to the bottom of it once and for all, whether it is whatsoever or useful whatsoever. Huh. That also worked all surprisingly well, just spamming concussive blasts, so that's very interesting. As we get turned to stone there, but it's not the end of the world. Fortunately, our oak globe friend here has fully healed up, but if I just keep blocking its view with foxfires, it never realizes that it can just shoot through them. The fool of a plant. So we will definitely just use and abuse that power of ours, and we can take care of that son of a gun without too much of an issue. Holy moly. Okay, well, we successfully got further than our predecessor here. Poor Jessica, I knew her well. But fortunately, James, doing well so far, even though I feel like I've been using my additional spells even less this run. Again, Poisonous Vapors just got the tiniest bit of use. Nothing else has really been touched. But that's not to say it's the end of the world. I mean, at the end of the day, the starting Fire Elementalist Handbook is just really strong. All the way up until, like, mid-game, I would say. I mean, the fact that I'm still just spamming Foxfires like a madman definitely says something about its overall power level here. Again, especially on a genie where you're not quite so worried about the cost. Oh, it will all start to add up here. Okay. This is a very interesting, unorthodox way of dealing with enemies, but it's kind of working. I'm just placing the second one down just in time, so it blasts the enemy back and also blasts me back the other way. Kind of sick, really. But okie dokie, we can train some more spellcasting, and fighting is probably up there. Was it spell 13? That's when we got Alistair's Intoxication, I believe. I'll have to double check that, but I do believe that is the case. And you know what? Because I have no creativity here, let's just go on with this stuff. No dodging trained? Nah, who needs dodging if you can just get lucky every time? I don't need more than a 5% chance to dodge because I'll never miss it, right? That seems reasonable. No, maybe we do want some defensive skills. I'm usually very late to train defensive skills on my spellcasters, for better or for worse. And then I go on and complain about how squishy I am. How could that possibly be? Okay, so instead of taking the hit, maybe that's how I can use Blastomites. If I put them down, then I step. Enemy steps into them, takes the brunt of the explosion, and it pushes me back a space. Profit? That seems kind of sweet. Again, maybe I've just been getting lucky on the damage rolls, and I'm going to try this at some point in the future and just get my character murdered in one fell swoop, but for the time being, it definitely is working out quite nicely. And maybe with all of you kiddos, we'll take the high road around here real quick, and then we'll just start blasting. Totally unnecessary against the last iguana there, but that's fine. And yeah, I confirmed it was in fact Alistair's Intoxication that we got for 13 here. And we have swamp and spider was our other one. Very interesting. So we get a wave of frost, hey? Well, that is a very interesting idea. We don't have cold vulnerability anymore, at least, so that's something. On the flip side, we're still not perfectly suited. I wouldn't put all of my eggs into that basket for sure. And as we start to get surrounded by new friends here, let's just get to a blast in. Blink frogs, on the other hand, will largely be sorted out by the foxfires. It's very nearby, so it's got to be like, oh gosh, I feel like I'm going too far now. But it could be up here, and it was other side of this wall. Hey, perfect.